Hey, sorry, caught me off guard there. Good afternoon, Northwest Indiana. I was just dancing to that little tune of Jenny and the show. Great reminder that Jenny's not the only show around here. Like I used to be a little bit more present, and now we've given that platform to her and Katie and Stephanie to run. But I am uniquely honored this week to sit in for the great Jenny Craig Brown as your host for this Great News Weekly. Happy Wednesday. Really know, even till then, I forgot to look at the camera, even though they've reminded me 10 times to look at the camera. Good afternoon, Northwest Indiana, and welcome to Great News Weekly. We're here on behalf of everything positive in the region, and whatever I'm supposed to tell you about, we're on podcasts and YouTube and Facebook.Live and all the other networks. And I know we're going to be on that new AOL You've Got Mail program that's coming out. The Fleek program I know is coming out, as well as the Telex. We're going to have that platform coming out in the future. Those are the few of the things I'm working on now that I've given the reins to the girls to run the day-to-day business. All kidding aside, I want to do a personal call out to you at the start of the show. This is something deeply meaningful to me, and it's a very serious nature. We have Mother's Day coming up, as everyone knows. This right there on the screen, that's my mom. And I know all of you love your moms. I hear it in your stories. I see it in the videos that we tell. I absolutely know it. But my mom is actually cooler than all of your moms. And every mom that exists, she was and is awesome, fabulous, loving, caring, hilarious, unique, all the words you could possibly say. And I posted a couple of days, and this is where it gets personal. I posted a couple of days on Valpo.Life, and I posted her picture, and I asked people to share pictures of their mom and for them to tell me or us why they're great, what's awesome about them. This woman and this is my mom, need your help. So far, that post has gotten 3 likes, maybe 4, and one of them is me. One of them is Valpo.Life, so I think that counts for 2. No one has commented or shared. As a social media guy in Valpo, in the region, loving my mom, knowing you love your mom, this is a personal call out. I need you to tell me about your mom. And I'm going to put your picture. So far it's mine, and then the others, of which there aren't any yet, but the others, like all of those pictures, we're going to put into the world's coolest mom collage ever made. And it's going to have just anywhere from 2 to 200 or 2,000 or whatever you respond. In all seriousness, I love my mom. We all do. None of us would be here without them. And I'd love to celebrate them some. My particular one, as you saw in the picture, she had a spirit about her that was unbelievable. It will last well beyond her 67 years. But on behalf of us and all the moms we get to take pictures of, and all the moms we get to interact with in their students' programs, and all the moms that we interact with as teachers and nurses and doctors and CEOs and educational people and faith and community people, on behalf of all of us and probably hundreds of thousands of pictures we've taken of moms and their kids in the community, thank you. What you do is unbelievable. We're run by a team of ladies here in the region, and there's nothing I trust more than my mom. So on behalf of all of you moms, like just crazy, crazy, crazy shout out. Thank you. Miss you, Mom. See you, Omi. We're going to just go in. I know I'm supposed to tell you all kinds of things about posting your comments. We can share them online. There's somebody much smarter than me, Abby, that's behind the scenes that's controlling all this stuff because I can't do more than one thing at once. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We're on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on whatever you really want us to be on. We'll get on it if we're not on it yet. First segment we're going to go to. If you've been to any local farmers markets in the region, you've probably come across the Wandering Wildflower. But did you know the story behind those colorful creations? Jenny had a chance to check it out and talk to her. So let's check that video out. Thank you, Abby.
Welcome to Great News Weekly. Courtney owner and founder of the Wandering Wildflower. I'm so excited to have you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, the Wandering Wildflower is a bit of a unique business that you started yourself. For those that don't know, fill us in. What is the Wandering Wildflower and what do you do?
So I started this business 3 years ago. So I believe I just turned 21. And I turned an old ice cream trailer into a mobile flower truck. And the start of the business and the main goal was just to go around to local farmers markets and sell flowers.
We see you out a ton. You're fantastic online. We see all of your really fun lives. Fill us in on the history of the Wandering Wildflower.
So it goes back actually all the way to my grandparents. So they lived in Wisconsin and they had a dairy farm. And then when they moved here, my grandma started the greenhouses. So when I was little, I was kind of always around it. I used to go to farmers markets with her. She had her own cut flowers that she had in the field, so I was around that. And then she passed away when I was 15, and my grandpa decided not to do the flowers anymore, so they shut it down. And then I went to Nashville with some friends the fall after I graduated, and I saw Amelia's flower truck. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to start this. So I came home and I told my parents, I was like, we're going to do this. I said, this is going to be what I want to do. And a year later, I quit my job and we found the ice cream truck on Craigslist, I believe. And the rest is kind of history.
How can people see your product, purchase your flowers, and what kind of things do you offer for purchase?
So first of all, mainly, like you said, farmers markets, but we also do a flower you pick field. So that's here in Crete, Illinois, but we're right on the border. So if you do live in Indiana, it's not too far of a drive. We always do it Saturdays. The hours are like 8:30 to 2. And then we also are opening it during the week this year. And we're doing a Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to offer morning and nighttime new picks. The WW is hosting an event May 1. It's called Pamper Your Pets. So we're doing an event for the pets. Obviously, I also have flowers, but I'm donating 10% of our profits to the shelters that day. And we're having the Humane Society of Hobart come out and Border Tails Rescue.
I believe I saw online that involves puppy yoga.
Yeah, so we're having puppy yoga. So you can sign up and it's $30. And then we're also having a beer tent too. So a beer and wine tent. And then we have about, I think it's 10 to 15 vendors with different pet supplies, pet products. We're going to be having hot dogs and burgers. So it's going to be a fun day. I'm excited about it. The Facebook it's the Wandering Wildflower. And then the Instagram handle is the Wandering Wildflower 97.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for all you're doing. Keep connected with us. And again, I'm excited to watch. May 1st it is. Take care, Courtney, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
May 1st. That's my anniversary. I will be married to my lovely wife, who you probably all see when I post about her online. 28 years, best decision I ever made in my life. And puppy yoga, I read everything that's online, and I think a lot of people need puppy yoga. I see what you post. I see what people share. I see what you're arguing about. I think the world needs some puppy yoga. Awesome story about a young woman that at 21 started her business and turned it into this cool thing, got inspiration when she went traveling someplace, got that involved. What a cool, great concept that you could take that on the road, go to festivals, go to fairs, do all that kind of stuff, plus have the place there in Crete. Just cool story. Thanks for Jenny for telling it. Thanks for participating. And our next stuff is near and dear to me. I'm a parks guy. I love to be outside. I like to be walking, biking, doing something. You might look at me and say, oh my God, that guy doesn't look like he does a lot of walking or biking. I really don't, but I like it. And I really mean to do more. But parks, Valpo here, obviously, is my home. The parks are just unbelievable. All the people at the parks are fabulous. Our ladies got a chance to go out to a couple of the parks here in Valpo and surrounding areas and share a little bit about what they particularly like. But cool segment. Go ahead, Abby, and roll the tape.
Hey everybody, guess what? The sun is shining, birds are chirping, flowers are blooming. Ahoy! Spring has sprung. Let's go on an adventure.
So the first park we visited was Valparaiso, right in downtown Valparaiso. It is awesome.
It was so much fun. The slides were so big, but they had some small ones if you have some kiddos that aren't big enough to go on them yet. And they had this super fun swing that I could not stop going on. That was like a hang glider.
It was pretty awesome. And yeah, there were a lot of fun things for little kids and opens it up for you to use your imagination like crazy.
So the next park we went to was Butterfly Meadow. And if you are looking for a fun, whimsical place to take your kids, this is it.
These slides are huge, and as a little kid, I swear they would reach to the stars. I think kids would definitely love this park.
Plus, they have some fun little musical instruments that you can play that create wind chime sounds.
So we visited our favorite park. It's in Winfield, and it's cleverly called Winfield Park. It's our favorite park to go to because it's super close to our house, and there's lots of fun activities for all the kids to do there.
I'm at Kessling Park, right by the walking trail, and this new workout facility that they have here at this park is my favorite. So there are jumping blocks, all types of resistance work that you can do here, and it's one of my favorites. There's also one, Life Care Center of Mishawaka has a similar one, and these are so fun and allow you to work out with minimal to zero equipment. When I do have my nieces and nephew, I love to take them to a fun park, and this is one of my favorites, Fort LaPlace right here in LaPorte, Indiana, and it's actually right by the Kessling Park workout park. So this is perfect. It's really close. It's beautiful.
Awesome. Like, what can you not like about parks? What the opening with Kayla and Cammie, like, I love you girls. That's just awesome. That's probably one of the best segments we've done the whole time we've done this. So just internal feedback, by the way. Awesome job. Love that. Love seeing everybody's face. And go out to the parks. Like, LaPorte's putting a ton of investment in their parks. Crown Point's putting always loads of investments in their parks. Valpo's planning the next generation of parks when their current generation of parks is pretty darn awesome. They got plans for skate park. They've got the dog park obviously already going. They got exercise stuff on the trails. They got bike trails. I mean, they're huge into the bike trails now. Off-road biking and regular biking. So get out. Hammond's got put tons of money into their parks. School or parks, splash pads, trails, like, get out, enjoy. It's the greatest place to be. And or talk to Mitch Barloga of the trails guy in the region. There's just so many. So get out outside. Actually, if you got any feedback, post it below. Where do you like to go out to the parks? I think it's one of the best investments any of the cities we participate in make. And I think people should try the Portage Parks or the Chesterton Parks or the Valpo Parks or the Highland Parks or the Maryville Parks. They're all awesome. Third segment intro. Oh, I think don't think I'm supposed to read that. So many parks in the region. Tell us your comments. Yup. This one's personal to me. Cammie was able to tell a story with a couple of guys that we've known for like a decade or more, working with them through Steinler Signs. And these guys are fabulously talented. They got a great, they're a cover band, now a unique band of their own. They built up a following. They play a bunch of bigger events, but they came up with a cool idea just recently. And I can say I'm one of the first proud, happy customers, where they'll actually write a custom song for you and tailor it to what your story is or what your story is about the person you want to write it for. I would guess you're probably all going to guess who I would write it for. It's my awesome wife, Natalie, and they wrote a song absolutely appropriately called Natalie. You'll hear it actually a good bit during this segment. But Cammie's got the full story about these guys. They're super fun. They created a cool thing. It's really inexpensive, super unique, and I would book them now because it'll probably get all their time booked up. So go ahead and roll that project about the double features.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we have Bob and Mike from the Double Features.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Of course. So I've heard a little bit about you guys, but for everybody that doesn't know who you are, can you kind of explain who you are and what you do?
We're twins that have beards, and we like to play music. So, we really started as an acoustic cover band. We like to play, 3 or 4 hour shows at bars, and that's a lot of fun. But then COVID hit, and so during quarantine we couldn't get out and play shows, and so this new Songs for People project kind of came about.
Okay, awesome. So kind of talk to us about that a little bit.
Well, it was a friend of ours' birthday, and her husband asked us if we would write a song, and so we just did it. And then we're like, this is pretty cool. I think that a lot of people would like to have a song written for them with like intimate detail, not intimate, but like personalized details. And so we're like, all right, we're gonna go for it.
Do you guys do just one specific genre of music or different varieties?
No, that's the main thing is we say, what style do you want it in? We did one for a bar in Chicago, as like a theme song, and it's an Irish bar, and he said, so obviously it's gonna be an Irish song. He's like, no, he wants Iron Maiden style. So we're like, okay, we'll do Iron Maiden, and so we're all over the map. Rap, country,
there we go.
Folk.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it's we're all over the place. 80s, 90s stuff. We love doing it all.
I love it. That's awesome. So do you guys have a favorite song that you made?
We like all of them, which is
it
weird.
It seems like whenever we get a new order, that the newest one becomes our favorite.
Right.
But
I would say the one we did for Galway Bay in Chicago is up top.
So I actually just went through this process. You guys created a song for my mom for Mother's Day.
She has not
So I have not heard it yet. But just so everybody knows, it was a quick, painless process. Just a few details I sent over, picked what genre I wanted. The hardest part was actually talking to my siblings and figuring out which memories we wanted in there and which ones we could leave out. So is this a hard process for you to do this, or?
It depends. Like we said, sometimes doing the research on what kind of song, and like you had said, Rod Stewart style. Mm-hmm. So obviously we're going to listen to Rod Stewart, but then we have to try not to, we're not copying songs, mm-hmm. We're trying to make an original song based on kind of, so sometimes we like mix together a couple different types of songs from that artist or something, and just
this got a little Downtown Train and Maggie May and some other stuff.
So and then just kind of try to make it our own and make it your own.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, guys. I love it, and thank you for joining us today. And everybody out there, definitely contact them. Facebook the best way?
Yeah, Facebook is fine.
Double Features.
Doublefeatures.com.
Or the doublefeatures@gmail.com is our email, and send us requests.
So right now, the songs are going for $60.
there's not much time left before Mother's Day, but
Anything, birthdays, holidays.
yeah, retirement. We did one about a wife that just farts all the time.
Parts of the dinner
So,
table.
Okay, that's epic. All right, guys. So if you want a gift that'll last forever and you're just looking for something different, definitely for Mother's Day, get a good one for mom, but then also for an occasion. So awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bob and Mike are unique, awesome guys. I love the segment. I didn't realize they were twins before, or they had beards. So it's amazing what these kind of documentaries can pull out, the kind of investigative reporting we can do that this team is capable of. Cam was able to uncover there that they both have beards and they're twins. Not everybody that knows them might have known that. In all seriousness, I'd love to close out. Follow us, like us, share the show, comment about your mom. Moms, you freaking rock. Like the kind of stuff that moms and grandmas put up with their kids and their spouses and all the schools and teachers and coaches and parents and organizations and everything moms do are just literally nuts. Most of us dads would probably punch ourselves in the face if we had to do everything that a mom has to do. So on behalf of everybody here, like, follow, find it on podcast, Spotify, Apple. Tim Cook watches it, I know. Ask him. Share great news. Have some fun. In this upcoming Mother's Day, celebrate your mom. And be sure to go to Valpo.Life, Facebook, post a picture of your mom, write what's awesome about her. She's going to be in the world's greatest collage. Thanks much. Have an awesome week. We'll see you next week.